Hi guys, welcome back to Crafting with Kay. Today I have my great friend Adrian here.
Hi.
She came to show me how she makes her mini notebook pads.
Okay, we're going to start with 2 pieces of a trifold from the Dollar Tree, a notepad out of the 5-pack notepads, also from the Dollar Tree, a cut of vinyl, several cuts of a paper pack from Michael's. Today we're going to be using the Newport Groove pack, a bonding tape permanent glue. We're going to use this one. Also, we're going to use a Recollections glue or tape gun and possibly score tape. Embellishments, anything you would like to put on the notepad. And of course, our cutting and scoreboard. Don't mind it, it's used. We're going to start with the cardboard covers here, and they measure 5.5 by 4 inches.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do 5.5 right here.
You're gonna go ahead and cut that.
Okay, so we did 5.5.
So the good thing is you may be able to cut both of your 4s on that same board. So you want to go 4. Yep, you will be able to take that.
So we're gonna go ahead and measure out 4
inches. You're gonna have 2 cuts of this. So you want to do the 4, put that to the side, and cut 4 more. And then you just want to cut that next piece down. I wouldn't recommend that because then you might cut off
my other board.
Gotcha. So just slide it up there and use that same measurement and cut it at the 4 again. So now you have your cardboards cut out, you're going to cut out your cover papers. These 2 are cut out at 6.5 by 4.5 inches.
And that's the cover. So I'm gonna use this as my cover.
Typically, I like to use one cover print and then another for the inside.
Okay.
So I have double-sided paper here. If you don't have double-sided paper, you can just use 2 different pieces.
Okay.
So you're gonna go ahead and cut that down to 5.5 by 4. I would
This is my outside paper cover, so this is the 6.5 by 4.5.
Excuse me. Yes, 6.5 by 4.5. Now, would you like to use my cutting board / scoreboard for this, just so you don't have to use your blade?
No, because I have a cutting board.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is
You just want to get a straight line.
I'm gonna just mark that 6.5. And then I'm gonna go ahead and switch out my board and do a 6.5 cut. Just to get familiar with my cutting board. Right there. Okay. Off. Let's see how well I did. 6.5.
Perfect.
Perfect.
And then you're going to go and cut that 6.5 piece down to 4.5. And you want to go ahead and make another one of those exact same pieces. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and cut the inside paper. This measures 5.25 by 8 inches.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to cut the inside pocket 4 by 4 and also the notepad cover, just a little flap at the top. And this is going to be 4 by 3.5 inches, both by inches. So you can use your scraps from your covers.
Okay, so we're gonna do 4x4.
Mm-hmm. So now we're going to cut our vinyl for our spines. Got some gold vinyl to go with yours. It's a large roll, so you can fit it in on this side. And this is going to be cut 6.5. We're going to do the wrong side first. 6.5 inches.
Right there.
Mm-hmm. I'll hold this down for you.
Six by what? 4.5
by 4. I mean by 2 inches. So you're gonna cut a 2-inch strip off of the 6.5.
Okay. No, right here. 2.5.
Just 2.
Just 2.
Yep. And you have your spine.
Okay.
And then if you want to do any embellishments, you want to go ahead and prepare your embellishments now as well.
And this is the embellishment I will be using. It comes off of a sheet that was inside. I just went ahead and I pre-cut it off camera. And I'm going to use Always Be Kind. Great message.
Okay, now we're going to go ahead and glue our cover papers to our cardboard covers. What you want to do is flip them over on the back side, the side that is not going to be showing. And then you want to take your cardboard and you want to, if you have any rough edges, which Miss Tisha's are perfectly straight, so she doesn't have that problem. You want to make sure that those are facing inward towards the inside of the book. And the inside of the book is going to be the side that doesn't have all the extra paper around it. And you'll see why we do this later. But you just want to measure it to be here, know where you're going to put it on both sides. And make sure you pay attention to the direction of your paper. So you need to look, if you need to flip it over and look at the paper to make sure it's going the direction you want it to. You want to make sure that you're doing it the way you want it before you put that glue on. We're using tacky glue.
From the Dollar Tree.
Dollar Tree has it. Okay, it's not coming out. Here we go. You don't want to put a whole lot, but you don't want to put a little. So you want enough that's going to spread. And you want to keep a napkin close by because you are going to want to kind of rub that in to kind of smooth it out. Okay, now what we need to do, then we let it dry a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and score all around the edges and fold them, just pre-fold. So just go ahead and, without ripping your paper, want to score it a little bit more just to make sure it's going to fold over. And then you go ahead and make sure it's going to fold. And now you're going to glue the folds down. Apply glue on the flap.
So next we're gonna
Your
use the vinyl, vinyl piece.
You want to lay your vinyl down, and then you want to line your two covers up evenly and leave about a ½ inch space in between. And make sure it's somewhat even from the top and the bottom. That's not so important, but that space in between is very important, that you have at least ½ inch.
You said ½ inch.
That's perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Once you have it at a ½ inch and you have it straight, you want to pick it up and you're going to basically peel the backing off of your vinyl.
Oh, so that's better. Okay.
What I like to do is leave one side down, peel off the backing on the other side. You want to just lay it back straight. Put that ½ inch in the middle. And then you want to eyeball, make sure you got it in the right place before you touch the vinyl. Once you touch, it's over. And once you press it down, you're going to fold over those edges. Like so. Press them down. And now your vinyl piece is done. We're now placing the middle inside piece in. And you just want to glue the whole, put glue on the whole piece. And then you want to center it inside your notepad cover and press it down. You want to press it down really well, apply pressure. Definitely in the middle, you want to adhere to the vinyl because you want everything to move fluidly. We're going to do the 4x4 pocket. It's actually not going to remain a 4x4. We're going to cut it down a little bit. So what you want to do is put it in the diamond shape direction. Put it on your cutting board and put each point of the diamond in the cutting line. So now once we have that flat cut, we're going to score it so that you can have the pocket glued in and not have things getting stuck in the pocket. So it's going to be a very short score. We're going to score it 1/8. Actually, we'll do 1/4. So anywhere on your scoring board, you just go to 1/4. Score. And then you want to flip it over. And do the same thing. Once you have it scored, we're going to do some trimming. The first trim we're going to do is we created a square right here by folding where we scored. You can barely see it, but we're going to cut along those lines only up to our score line so that we can cut that square off. And then we're going to cut off these excess little flaps. We don't want them to show or hang over in our pocket. You're going to have those flaps on both sides, so you want to cut both of those off. And then you just try to fold it to make sure that it lines up and there isn't any additional excess. If for some reason you have other excess, just cut it off. You want it to look like a perfect triangle. Once you've done that, then we'll go ahead and apply some glue to the flap. The glue will come out. any day now. There we go. Not a lot, just enough to adhere it. And then we're going to glue the pocket inside our folder. Now the key is, I would like some of my paper to show, but I don't want my side paper to show. So I'm gonna do it up a little high. I'm gonna push one of the flaps in. I'll just choose this one since it's not in already. And fold it over. And press down. So now we have two options here. We can either permanently adhere this notepad into our folder, but that would mean we wouldn't be able to use it again. And if we did, we would tear it up trying to get the notepad out. Or we can add a flap that will allow us to replace the notepad anytime we fill it up. And if we do that, this can last for quite some time. So I think we're gonna go with the option 2. In order to do that, we're gonna have to cut an additional flap. I have here a piece of 110 pound cardstock paper. You don't have to use this hardwood paper, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna grab it. Okay, what I did was I cut a piece of cardstock at 5 and 3 inches. And I'm just gonna slide this piece in here and fold it over gently, because what I wanna do is create a slot for notepads to go into, so that when I'm done with this one, I can replace it with a new one. But I don't want that slot to be too tight. So once I fold that over, I'm gonna just kind of start positioning it inside the folder where I want it to go. I would like not to have a whole lot of space on the edge, but I also don't want it to be super far away from the spine. But I want to have room. So kind of just play around with it to gauge where you want it to go. The easiest way, or the best way to do this, is to use your score tape, because you want to be able to put the score tape on and then make sure you have it in the right position. So the way this works is this already has sticky on one side, and I lost the packaging to it, so I can't show you what brand it is. And I just want to put that down here. The great thing about it is it tears, so you can just tear it off. Go to the other side. You want to try to stay as close to the inside as possible, which I'm not doing right now, but it's fine. And then you want to tear that off. Here you go. And I want to also make sure again that I'm putting it back in the same place that I originally had it. And then I want to stick that down. Okay, now we're going to work on our flap for the actual notepad. This is the 4 by 3.5 piece of cardstock. And basically we're going to adhere it to the notepad like so. We want it to be a small flap over the top. Because we made this little sleeve, we can refill it, but your next notepads won't have this flap unless you add it. So we're gonna go ahead and use our tape gun to apply some adhesive to put that on. You want to go ahead and just press it down on both sides. And now your cover matches your pocket And both of them match the front of your notepad. And all you have to do is slide your notepad into your little slot. And there you go. Once you have it in there, like I said, the folder is pretty flexible. You want to just play with it until you get it to close completely. And now that is the basic notepad. One little thing I'm gonna do just to add a little pizzazz to it is I'm gonna go ahead and stick this embellishment on there. It says love you always. It doesn't have to be meaning loving someone else. It can be loving yourself. Just because it has adhesive on here, I'm gonna also add another layer by using this glue, just to make sure that it's not gonna fall off. You can place this wherever you want. For the sake of this video, I'm going to place it on my flowers here, centered a little, like so. And I'm gonna press down. And this is the puffer tape, so it's gonna be dimensional, which I think is a cool little addition to it. Just gonna hold it there for a while until it's stuck. And there you have it. You got your little folder, your notepad, matching the inside cover. Got a little pocket. Pocket can be used for little stickers or slots, whatever you want to put in there. You just slide it in there, close it. You do whatever additional embellishments you want, but I think that looks great. There you have it.
And here's mine. I don't have an embellishment of that sort, but this isn't my inside. Okay, I have this right here that could go on the outside. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera and I'm gonna glue this down. And this is my inside with my pocket. My notepad. And just like Adrian's, you can lift it up, pull it out. So there you have it, guys. Thanks guys for watching. Remember, if you like what you saw in this video, please subscribe, thumbs up, and thanks Adrian for coming and sharing this video with me.
Of course, no problem. Also, this was not my original idea. I actually got it from My Serenity Crafts on YouTube. So definitely subscribe to her to see more videos like this one.